Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I was thinking over the weekend about a really easy DIY for the new Lancome highlighter that just came out. You know, the one that has the cute little rose and the cute little highlighter on it? Well, I've got a really quick DIY that will save you a lot of time and a lot of money. So if you're interested, stay tuned. So before you get started, I would definitely suggest getting some sort of like newspaper or like paper thing to put on your table, just because this is going to be a little messy and you don't want to get highlighter all over everything. So you're definitely going to need a couple of tools. I had a fake flower sitting around my apartment, so that's what I'll be using. You definitely want to find something that, one, you like, and two, the petals are going to be large enough. They're going to have enough space in between the petals so that you can really get the highlighter in there. I definitely wouldn't suggest getting a flower that's like super closed up. Next, you're going to need a highlighter of some sort. So for this particular tutorial, we'll be crushing up our highlighter, and I opted to use this Wet n Wild Mega Glow that I've just been had sitting around the apartment. So it doesn't hold much value to me. It's something that I do like and will show up on my skin. I definitely wouldn't go around crushing up, your $50, $60 highlighters, but just pick something reasonable that you don't mind crushing up and putting it into a different form. Next, you're going to need eyeshadow primer. So after we crush up the highlighter, this will be the binding agent for the highlighter on your flower. And then lastly, you need some sort of brush that you can put the eyeshadow primer on and to put it all around the flower. I know this is a very Wet n Wild centric video, but it's not a paid advertisement or anything like that. They've just got some really great lower end products you can find in the drugstore. So again, we want this to be cheap and quick. So Wet n Wild is definitely a great brand to try this out with. All right, so the first step is to crush up your highlighter. Again, you want to pick something you don't care too much about, because this is definitely going to get a little messy. So I'm just crushing this up. I'm trying to keep most of it inside of the container it came in. But as you can see, it's crushing up pretty easily. So I decided to take a little bit of transfer it into the top just so I could have a nice container to crush this up in. So it's up to you how much you want to crush up. I don't know if you guys can notice with that Lancome highlighter, it doesn't actually hold that much product, so we certainly won't be putting most of this on the actual flower when it's time to paint the highlighter on. But with something like this, I just want to make sure I get all the colors mixed together. As you can see, a little bit goes a long way. That's going to look really pretty on the flower. All right, so we're almost done mixing this up. You want to, again, get it as finely milled as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the better you mill it, the better it's going to end up looking on the flower. So that's something to keep in mind. So we're going to put this to the side, and then let's get our flower out. You want to take this eyeshadow primer and basically coat the flower with it. Sure, I'll show you guys pretty quickly. You just want to take it. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm certainly just kind of coating as much as I can on there. And you really want to make sure that you get in between the petals. All right, so we put primer all over our flower, and then basically all you do is just dust a little highlighter on there, just like this. Ta-da! All right, now we're just gonna let this sit to dry. All right, you guys, so here is the final product. I just finished letting it dry. I had an empty oatmeal container, so I cut the bottom off of it and then stuck the flower with a little bit of tissue paper inside. So the end result is really pretty. I would definitely say play around with the type of flower, the color of the flower, and the product that you end up dusting on your flower. Because this is really for decoration for me, I like the pink and gold look, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that works for everyone. So I'll probably end up painting the outside of this and propping it up on my display case for my makeup. So I hope that this was helpful. Again, it's a really super quick, cheap tutorial to recreate a high-end product.